Hello, everybody. We are live, and to echo the famous catchphrase from last week, we are doing D&D things, and we are D&D people. I think I got it backwards. But the spirit is there. The spirit is there. So we are here for our second session. We'll do a quick round the table intros. I am Eugene, the dungeon master, and whatever else needs to be going on at the time. And we also have somebody go.
Hi, I'm Alec, and I'm playing Ekthos, the Tiefling.
Hey, I am Casey, and I'm playing Brachus of Natarax, the Minotaur Man.
Hey, I'm Nick, and I am playing Dipnip, the Diva.
Hi, I'm Lishan, and I'm playing Egberticus. He's a walrus person, and he's a paladin.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Emery. I'm playing Ren Nadarim, the last druid of Shadowrun.
Hi, I'm Jaya. I'm playing Ume, the lizardy, dragony kobold.
That's a great description of kobolds. So I think to begin this week, we will check in with our friend Monsieur Lefebvre, a lore keeper at the Celestial Observatory, where the lore mother spins the loom of time to weave the most fantastical tales imaginable. And when he first checked in with him, he and his apprentice were requested to bring her a new story from the archives. And that's the story in which we're following all these wonderful characters that you've just heard about. So he told me he wanted to check in. And you can tell because of this top hat.
Whoa.
That does not fit on top of your headphones.
Doesn't fit on top of the headphones, nor does the top of my head fit on the camera. But you know what?
I'm surprised that nobody has created like sort of a steampunk hat
Top
headphones
hat
combo.
with headphones built in.
Oh, yeah.
Top hat and like all kinds of engineering, electrical gadgets.
I mean, almost every kind of
USB
steampunk
powered
thing you gotta think has been created at this point, so why not that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Custom top hats with appliances.
Yeah.
Right.
The earphone should lower down out of the hat with like creaky gears and snap into place.
You could crank them down.
Yeah. You like have to yank a
And
cord
sunglasses, yeah.
to start it.
I have to ask you to not mention steampunk again, because I think that there's a little bit of a tendency for this world that we're inhabiting to...
It's going to do a disservice to this world, isn't it?
Well, it has steampunk...
Too specific of an idea.
Well, if you were thinking steampunk, you would find some purchase in this world, but it's not steampunk, and I don't want to lead people in the wrong direction. This is better.
Totally.
More or worse, but it's different.
You can't find it at Hot Topic.
I imagine it a little more like Steam Boy. Do you ever see that?
Steam Boy?
Yeah, Steam Boy, for real. Yeah. From the director of Akira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's closer. So there's no...
Yeah.
You know what? How about we say, like, it's the steampunk, but remove, for the most part, the goggles. Except for when I mentioned to you that there are goggles, because Ekthos, of course, has goggles as part of his Ekthos skeleton. Yeah. So I guess it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's check in with Monsieur Lefebvre. Well, not bad so far, eh? I told you this was a good one. I notice you don't have your notepad out. I know, first day and all that. Never fear. Your boy got you covered. Now, I suppose you'll need a quick summary. Very well. Egberticus, a walrus kind of the Bari people, and head chef of the Risuri Naval Service, and Ume, his kobold assistant, were preparing a splendid spread for the biggest event of the age, the launch of the RNS Colton, a ship that stood as a testament to Risuri technological advancement, and which would surely grant them some form of parity with their perennial enemy to the north, Danor. Meanwhile, Brachus and Dipnip, two officers of the Royal Homeland Constabulary, were charged with securing the event. Brachus grumbled, fearing that this sort of work was below his stature, and Dipnip grumbled because that's kind of his thing. They were given some not quite enthusiastic assistance by two researchers from Reser's Bureau of Modern Contraptions and Utilities, Ekthos and Ren. Now, Ekthos donned his most formal mechanical suit for the occasion, and Ren went into unseasonably warm leathers, as is his wont. At the event, thanks to Ren's prophetic vision from the previous evening, but no thanks to his continued attempts to consult with all manner of fauna, the four of them managed to apprehend some laborers who planned to disrupt the event. But not without taking a casualty in the scuffle, Ume and Egberticus's pièce de résistance, a cake painstakingly crafted as a scale replica of the coal tongue itself, laden with buttercreams and fondant, and even two smokestacks billowing snickerdoodle aroma. No, I'm not hungry. Neither are you. We don't get hungry here. Anyway, the six were thanked in turn for their service and sacrifice by Stover Delft, Assistant Chief Inspector of the Constabulary, and even had a personal audience with Harkover Lee, Chief Advisor to King Eodon himself, you see. Now, Lee and Delft both asked for them to ensure that the dignitaries attending the event, particularly Dame Ethelyn, sister of the king, were comfortable but also well behaved. The group obliged, begrudgingly, and Brachus even was so kind as to show Dame Ethelyn to a room where she could separate herself from the bright shining stars of the Risuri aristocracy as they began to arrive. After a literal and figurative fanfare to signal the arrival of the king, and the official introduction of the ship with a crack of the finest silver pine lambic, the whole affair moved aboard the ship. And on board, the group were treated to a tour of the ship by an enthusiastic young petty officer, Fitzcairn, and left to perform their duty of generally ensuring that the whole thing doesn't go awry. I bet it won't. But I suppose we're about to find out. Does that all sound familiar?
Hell yeah, we are.
Hell yeah, it does.
Yeah, I feel like I was there.
Indeed. Well, I think
What a
I think
rich world.
it's time to check in with our heroes. Now, aboard the ship, things have reached an air of celebration, revelry. Most people having taken their tours of the ship, having luxuriated in the festivities, in the evening's drink and song and lots of food, delicious delights. Is that right? I think
It's absolutely right.
I think that's what we agreed was being served, of course. And at this point, you're sort of settling in, allowing the evening to overtake you, which is a good thing. With it, so does the gin and mead and rum that is flowing to most guests, and the food from the makeshift buffet staging area. Now, the guests are beginning to get a little looser, for sure. as is the just general atmosphere. And before anyone knows it, the novelty of being on the most powerful warship in the known world has worn off, all but dissipated, and replaced with talk of politics, gossip, a little light philosophy, and more mundane things as well. Now, you're still quite impressed by the tour that young Fitzcairn gave you, but some of you might soon tire of the whale oil exhaust that's being spewed from the coal tongue smokestacks and clouding the night, and your view of Flint's very beautiful half-moon harbor, which at this time at dusk is especially charming, even though it's a little bit cast over by the smoke, because the well-heeled districts of the city have begun lighting their street with gas lamps in the last few years, so you can see they're twinkling from the top deck of the ship, and it's really quite nice. The band is now set up in a horseshoe around the outer deck, playing a kind of jaunty, traditional melody, well, several traditional melodies, and they've got horns, drums, and bay woodwinds, and a concertina carrying through the evening air.
And a plaintive accordion?
And a plaintive accordion, yes. Of course. You can hear that, can you? The 8 escort ships surrounding the coal tongue seem like they're almost bobbing along to the music in the water. And the starry blanket of night is hovering overhead. Quarter moon is peeking above the eastern sky. Crew have moved the diners into the capacitor, which you remember from Fitzcairn's tour. It's this glass structure on the top deck that carries the excess energy generated by the steam engine in the lower deck, and it is used to also store that energy to fire the brand, the huge gun on the top deck. Now, it's not like dangerous to people in there. It's sort of a effect of sitting in the room, but you can, every once in a while, the guests see little arcs of energy streaking across the glass structure, and at first they sort of, but it's all rather delightful once they kind of get used to it. Ecberticus, you've been trying your best to mingle, proud of your rear admiral status, of course, but it seems that a few of the crowd are not so interested in your thoughts on the canapes, and not many of them know or remember your service in the Third Yarosal War, and so you're a little abashed by the fact that they're not really giving you the attention you think and maybe in fact do deserve. You sent Ume below to motivate the kitchen staff and stepped away from the guests. You're far enough from land now that you can almost see the village that you came from, where the rest of your Bari tribe lives, just around where the land curves away from the harbor. It's been a while since you've returned there, and you're looking out over the side of the ship towards land. Ekthos and Ren are also nearby, mid-conversation, as they stare back at the city. First of all, Ren, the seasickness. So what are you doing to deal with that?
Well, as is the case, I'm always quite seasick, but I do enjoy a good boat ride, and so I just, periodically when no one's looking or in between conversation, I'll excuse myself handle myself, and then I'll come back and try to continue enjoying myself.
So you throw up, you mean?
Yeah, in a more or less crude way of putting it, but yeah, no amount of medicinal help or tinctures seems to help my condition, but here I am.
What about magic?
I tried everything. I couldn't find the key to solving this dawn seasickness.
Okay, so every once in a while you're throwing up.
Ektos isn't weirded out by it. He's very used to working with all kinds of weird materials and oils that they're not familiar with to like build stuff. So, he sees him puking every once in a while, and it's not that weird. Actually, the fumes from the whale oil are getting to me too. I hate it. It's
Ektos is a good partner. He accepts me.
He seems like a very good partner. Seems like a good guy. Ektos was just telling us that he is quite comfortable with Ren's seasickness and general sort of dislike of being out on the water. Might not be a dislike, he's just not all that used to it. Is that more what it is?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Also not turned off by, body functions and stuff. Whatever, it is what it is.
I deal with it.
It's just another mechanism.
Oh wait, I just noticed my lovely face is available.
Yeah, you don't exist, do you?
Yeah. Let's make me exist. This should be better. Right? Now existing, maybe? So, anywho, Ren, what are you thinking? I think is this the farthest you've been out at sea? I mean, your job doesn't really take you out into the water, at least not.
Yeah, I'm usually staring up at the stars from land, and so seeing the great expanse in front of me, I mean, it's quite breathtaking, but it's different, to say the least.
What are you guys talking about? Or it could just be silence. taking in the sea air.
I mean, I think we were talking about the assignment for a bit. He was scoping out the other escorts, but yeah, mostly.
I mean, yeah, I think we're concerned, ultimately, because we got 8 ships around us, and this is supposed to be a fun voyage, so why is there a crew with us? So we're wary.
Yeah.
But trying to have a good time.
Suspicious type.
How did the sort of the day's earlier events strike you?
Well, the prophecy of the girl with the lisp and the purple ribbon and the empty bed and all that, it came to fruition. So definitely gonna listen to my thoughts and my visions and try to share them with the folks, because things are already coming to pass. So
it does feel like it's been quite validated. Egberticus, do you go up to them, or how are you? What do you do with your brief moment away from the crowd?
Well, do I notice that Ren is seasick? Is that something that Ren like?
If you've been watching Ren at all, I think you will have noticed it.
You look a little green, my man. Would you like a cookie? They do wonders for the stomach.
Well, if my own magic can't help, then a cookie can't hurt.
These are holy cookies. Blessed cookies.
It's just gonna go right back over. All right.
Thank you. I think I'll partake.
Agberticus takes a cookie from his cookie pouch that he always has with him.
Agberticus, do you have any feelings about seeing your home from a distance?
I mean, I think Agberticus really likes being on the water, so he's probably like, the sea air, brisk, salty. But I think beyond that, he's not like, I guess he probably might be like, oh, gentlemen, I can see my house from here. My old house, my former house. But I think beyond that, he's not really overly nostalgic. He would rather people recognize him for his heroic exploits and talk about his heroism.
Are you guys curious about his old house?
Absolutely. We're looking on it? Is that what you're
The floor is yours.
I mean, this walrus person, your mustache is beautiful, by the way, I have to say. As a purveyor of fine mustaches.
Thank you. I, wax it every day.
You're looking upon your home? Is that what we were saying?
Oh, my family's home. We're a small village, mostly fishermen, like the great Triogenes, I might say so myself. And yes, right over, if you just look, there's that little hill, and then right to the side, you see those little huts. And just
yes.
Sort of right there, yes.
Seaside view, that's nice. Wake up and look in the ocean. My
it's a
associate
simple life.
enjoyed that very much, I guess.
Yes. Well, he just hasn't had my cookies before. We'll make a sailor out of you yet, my man. I think Agberticus is starting to feel he's warming up to these guys. He's not as mad at them for destroying his masterpiece as I had earlier.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful cake, I have to say. Your work is really stunning.
Yes, I know.
Those
Thank
scoundrels yet.
We will.
You hear a familiar voice coming from behind you. Two, actually. One is Parkover Lee, speaking in his slightly barren accent, like from the land up there. And he's still too far for you to hear what he's saying exactly. The other is not directly familiar to you, but indirectly familiar to almost everybody. It's King Aodon. He's walking with Parkover along the deck, about to pass by your back, behind you. And this is the closest you've been to him or any king. And as soon as you hear the conversation, you immediately realize that it's not really meant for you. And frankly, you almost wish your first meeting with the king was a little more regal. What he says, basically, is one of the local archfey I upset a couple years ago. I think he's acting up again because I parked my ship here in his domain. Now, one of the burdens of kingship, the Fae can really let me know when they've got an opinion. I always get these burps that taste like fish. I sail these days. He passes by behind you. The two of them continue to walk up front toward the prow of the ship and toward the capacitor dining room, which is
Wait,
by
he passes behind me?
Yeah, all three of you.
All of us.
I mean,
felt like we
Egberticus
just heard
definitely
the
does
king
like
being
a
racist.
Egberticus does like a huge, like almost like prostrate bow.
Like like a bow forward or like a curtsy? Are you getting down on one knee?
Like a bow forward, but he's like folded over. You know, he's like fully. It's like oh.
The king acknowledges you. Thank you.
And then he stands up straight. You know, like this. It's like the bend, if you know, the bend and snap, basically.
Yeah.
For those who know what who know that is. Yes.
Of course.
There's really no need for that. He notices your stripes, rear admiral.
Yes, Your Majesty.
What is your function on the ship today?
All of the tasty delights that were here, Your Majesty, were created by yours truly and my assistant. Yes.
I thought those delights were delicious. They were delicious delights.
Oh, thank you.
And who are your companions here?
Good question.
Old friends, old companions.
Well, I just met them, but yes, fine gentlemen, it seems. Go ahead, introduce yourselves to the king.
Ekthos, we're from the Bureau of Contraptions. You know, doing our thing. I've never talked to someone so important. I'm very nervous. It may seem like I'm aloof, but I'm very nervous.
Harkover, by the way, is staring at you guys like, don't fuck this up. The king says, one of our most, I'm sorry to say, underappreciated departments within the Ministry of Learning and Arcana, because, of course, the work that you do is to unearth our past, to build our future, to discover new frontiers in order to pave the way forward. So you can see...
Ren, isn't that what I was saying about what we were doing at the Bureau of Modern Contraptions and Utilities yesterday?
That's exactly what was happening.
Mining the past to build a better future. I agree. Thank you for putting it like that.
Well, I was the one who founded it, so I have some personal investment, and great to see delegates of the BMCU here. That's quite a coup for us, I think. I'm sure that you're entertaining the guests with your stories of all sorts of devices and doodads.
We're full of stories.
And yes, we love our doodads.
Yeah.
My king, you're
wanted.
You're wanted in the capacitor.
Are you? I bet that's an understatement about you being wanted here.
Thank you so much for giving a little reprieve to the king from his more formal duties. We will be.
That's what we're here for. Reprieve from formality and important things. We're just you got just like any garbage, just throw it at bile, just blah. That's us. Just
You've done very well and so articulate. Thank you.
Cheers.
You guys just had a conversation with the king.
It's a big deal. I thought it went well.
Pukes over the edge.
Both of you now?
Yeah.
We're just heaving. We are just heaving after that conversation, but we held it in.
Egberticus, are you puking as well? Or are you keeping it together?
No, Egberticus is like, fiddling with his mustache. Oh, yes. I knew this was an important assignment.
Well, the king now goes to the front of the ship, close to that capacitor/dining room, which is now almost kaleidoscopic with its twinkling between the starlight and the energy which is kind of leaping among the metal wiring and the glass panels of its ceiling. And up at the front is Brachus, who's chatting together with his boss, with Stover Delft, and to all the notables and other local Flint luminaries. Brachus, Stover has taken you around to meet these folks, seeing as you are the sort of next in command, and he is keen to be grooming young talent, making sure that there's someone to take over once he is no longer able to perform his duties. And in fact, if he gets that person in a timely fashion, then that means earlier retirement for him. So he has some skin in the game too. But these conversations often focus on topics that bore you a bit. City budgets, internecine political struggles, and the like. Right now,
No, thank you.
it's Lord something or other is talking about the deputy chief of the Department of Sanitation, you think? You can't really... You don't remember. You're not sure.
It all blends together, this boring crap.
So he turns to you and says, "But don't you think,
Yes.
right?
Yes, right. Yes, you're totally right.
Because, if you make just an example of one of them, surely the rest will fall in line."
Yeah, generally speaking, I kind of get what you're saying. I kind of picked it up again. Yeah, sure. I love making examples of any bad apple. I don't care what the situation is. It's a good method. Make an example of them.
Right. You pick the leader of the union from whatever warehouse and just execute them.
Yeah, sure. We're on the same page, bro.
Dipnip, nobody pays much attention to you as usual, so you've managed to sort of steal away. What are you doing?
I'm like in a corner of the room, and I have a plate full, not full, but a plate of a couple of appetizers that I have not touched, and I'm just staring at people until they notice me, and then looking away at somebody else.
What are the appetizers? So there are 4 things being served currently. There's a sort of barbecued hen with some chili powder and cantaloupe, and a kind of bok choy-like vegetable in a little cup. So that's one. Maybe you got all of these. There's a rack of kind of large cat, like a sort of jungle cat ribs, just simple grill with lemon juice and pepper, and then some deer liver mousse with huckleberry on a piece of grilled bread, and the most the desserts the canapé that's the most eye-catching is this porcupine so the waiters are carrying around a porcupine that's sort of filleted, split down the middle, and inside there's a wasabi and hickory prawn kind of cocktail.
Eugene has not given this any thought.
I'm hungry. You just made me hungry with that porcupine.
Truly, I have to go get dinner now.
I assume you just
Wasabi
pile
and
a
hickory.
few of those, a few of each of those on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Dipnip is that into food. No, I don't think it really
Weirdo.
tastes like much to him.
That
He's
makes
like
sense.
he's like overall a gray person.
He's
Like,
a gray man.
Yeah, I think like just he acknowledges that like in order to blend in this kind of social circumstance, he has to carry around this plate of food in order to not look weird. But it really kind of effectively makes him more weird. because he's just holding food and not touching it or looking at it or paying any attention to it.
What's on his mind?
I mean, I think once he's given an assignment, he's not going to stop doing the assignment until it's, completed to his satisfaction. So I think he's still evaluating the people that are inside at this party in case there's anything hinky going on.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, okay. I was not prepared for that.
You're perceiving.
Gotcha.
You're out there perceiving. All right.
Lucky number 7.
So you feel like you have a reasonable sense of the crowd. You're not overwhelmed. You're not losing track of anything, and from that perspective, it does seem like things are going all right. Brackus, you spot the funny little kobold whose cake you absolutely demolished earlier in the day. They're now above board and directing some of the staff for the final course of the dinner service. You're not sure if you caught their name, come to think of it. And Ume, you are there directing the service. It's your signature dish. Well, it's actually even more meaningful than that. It's a signature of yours and Egberticus together. It's a sort of pan-fried risuri wolf fillet with brown rice and a sauce of canna flour. That's the part that you added because it's first of all, because you're the saucier, and second, because it's more native to your foothills home. And there's also a bit of chicory and a consomme of beet greens, but it's the dish that you've been waiting to serve to people. And you see one of the servers struggling with an overloaded tray just as he's about to go into the dining room. He looks like he's going down.
Where's he going with the tray?
He's going into the dining room. But he looks like
To serve it.
Yeah, but he's about to fall over.
Oh no, I must help him. We cannot repeat the cake incident.
How are you going to try to help him?
How far away am I?
You're about 15 feet away. So you're sort
And
of...
how far away am I?
Brackus, you're actually the same
Or am I
distance.
unawares?
You guys form a bit of a triangle, but you see Ume, but you don't. The waiter is sort of over your shoulder, so you don't quite catch sight of them yet.
I'm unawares.
And
Got it.
Ume, you're seeing this like at the very last possible moment to try to do something about it.
Ume's gonna do like a forward tumble toward the staff and like try to scoop up the dish and
Do a
save it
Spider-Man
from.
catch.
Yeah. Roll an acrobatics check.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay. Ume tumbles forward, trying to catch the tray. You actually do. You get right under it. It's not that difficult with your diminutive stature to kind of get in the right position. But in the process, inevitably you have to elbow the server to kind of get into the right place. The server is carrying another tray. That tray tilts just slightly, but enough to send all the cups to one side of the tray, and tumbling over the side of it, spilling onto the gorgeous evening gown of a tall, blonde human who's standing there and with her companion.
Sorry about that, ma'am.
She looks down and
so
says,
sorry about that.
"Oh my God, you disgusting little thing."
I'm trying to blot the stain off of her dress.
Ekthos and Ren, you having been sufficiently traumatized throughout your careers, you can clearly hear Lorna Elk, your boss, beginning to yell at somebody. Hey, I bet they don't have this kind of thing wherever you're from, but here we don't just go around spilling things on people's dresses, okay?
Oh no.
It's an accident, ma'am. Ma'am, it's an accident.
Yeah, accidents shouldn't happen at this kind of event. Do you realize I'm on the planning committee? You think I planned to have this accident happen?
So having
that wouldn't even make sense.
Sounds kind of matches your dress, though.
So overhearing this conversation from afar, I've seen where this has gone in the past, and so in order to, and having rather enjoyed the cookie of her partners, like Verticus, I feel a little better now, and in order to diffuse the situation, I decide to cast Charm Person on Lorna to try to get her to calm down a bit.
Ekthos, what do you do anything?
Well, I have a tendency to hang back and smile and see what happens because I don't want to get involved in Lorna's stuff. But if Ren's gonna do something, I get a little nervous. So I don't know. I don't want to. Is Charm Person? Won't she know that you cast that on her?
She's not gonna see. So, but all it does is make her more predisposed to being friendly by you. Mm-hmm. Afterwards, she will know that you've charmed her, even if it's successful.
Got it.
So, okay, Ren, roll the spell.
All right.
And I will roll a saving throw for her against your DC 13.
So it says I need to target her first. Is she in the list?
No, you can I'll just remove one of your spell slots. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is a roll, okay.
Okay. Ren, you can't tell if your spell succeeded, of course, but it's been cast, and I suppose she's only more predisposed to liking you, so she is still going off, and her companion you recognize from earlier as well. It's Jeff Massad, the designer of the ship, the Denoran designer of the ship.
That's right, that charming fellow.
Lorna, please, we can calm down here. There's no need to. Look, I made your drink cold. He takes out this wand and taps it against her beverage, instantly sort of frosting the outside.
Guys, cool.
Look, we can relax and please just enjoy the atmosphere. Oh, it's so beautiful outside. Look at the stars. He's sloshing his drink around.
Hey, Lorna, I just want to say it's nice to see you outside of work, you know? It's like we are at work, but it feels different because it's a social thing. Anyway, it's great to see you. Oh my God,
did you see what happened here? This little disgusting little thing spilled. What? I don't even know. Is this some kind of beetroot consomme?
It couldn't have been her.
I don't mean to interrupt, but that dress you're wearing tonight just looks amazing.
Oh, hey, Ren.
Yeah, it did look amazing.
I'll let you talk to him.
And thank you for noticing. But now it's fucking ruined by this little lizard thing's soup or whatever.
Hey.
Sorry about that. I'm just gonna go over here now.
She's had a rough night.
Is Egberticus within earshot?
Egberticus is within earshot, yeah.
So I think at this point, Egberticus comes over and he, he sort of like pulls a like comically large like handkerchief like out of his like little chef's pocket, and he's like, "Allow me," and then he says, "And by the way, you are speaking about my lovely assistant Ume, a war hero. They are, so just so you know, but no harm, no foul. We want everyone to have a good time. Thank you, but a little respect. Thank you."
Lorna looks first like she looks very skeptically at the form of Egberticus. Despite she's cosmopolitan, but despite herself, she still has some prejudices apparently. And she says, "No harm, foul. Okay, look, my dress is a ruined. Your handkerchief is not going to be able to fix this problem."
I think your dress looks better, actually.
Oh my God!
Looks great.
Aren't you?
Sorry.
She turns back to Ren and Ekthos. She says, "Oh my God! Aren't you supposed to be like controlling this kind of thing? Take it away."
Take away the stain or the problem? Yeah, I mean,
Take away that
everything
little
seems
thing.
to be fine.
Put her under arrest or
sure.
something. You're like deputized.
Excuse me.
I think she outranks us.
That thing? What do you mean?
Yes.
It's a person.
And a very well-respected member of the Navy, I'll have you know. Thank you. I don't know who you are, ma'am, but, I just respectfully want to say that you should have some respect.
Ekthos, make a diplomacy check.
Oh boy. All right. What would that be?
Let's do charisma.
Okay.
It's not quite persuasion.
Did that happen?
Yep. Okay. She says, given that she's charmed, she says, "Okay, we're gonna talk about this back at work. I'm just gonna try to enjoy myself with my new friend Jeff, and I just don't want to see that thing at all for the rest of the night. Okay?"
I totally understand, and if you see it in your periphery, just ignore it. But I just want to say, Jeff seems really cool.
And Lorna, those earrings look stunning on you.
I know.
Just stunning.
Yes. Thank you.
No one's even looking at the stain.
You do manage to diffuse the situation a bit. The thing to keep in mind, of course, is that Lorna will know that you charmed her sometime after this event is over. Now you see Jeff.
My job.
You do it weekly.
You're like the person who brings donuts to the office party, but instead you just cast a spell and make everybody like you.
Everyone's happy.
Now Jeff, during this time, is looking at you and sort of mouthing clearly sort of trying to he's
Jeff
appreciating the
gets it.
difficult situation that you're in, but also he's a bit drunk and can't do anything about it himself, and he sort of ushers her into the dining room. Just as this is happening, Stover grabs Brachus and comes over to this slight sort of distraction that the party. It hasn't managed to derail the party, but it's something going on. Every party has a little bit of a disturbance like this, and Stover says he also beckons over to Dipnip. Dipnip, do you to come over.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Stover beckons Dip, Nip, and Brackus from the fracas.
he has detached himself from this group that they were talking to before, and he says, pardon me for being indelicate, but what the fuck? Sorry, maybe I'll specify. The Duchess? Where is she?
She's fine. She's in that room.
Yeah, she's supposed to be here. It's her brother's big bash or whatever.
Okay. So
right.
we'll get her out of the room. That's nothing to get ornery about.
Look, thank you for calling me in. I'm not trying to be ornery. I am trying to enjoy the spirit of the party. But this Harkover said specifically that we have to look out and make sure that Ethelyn is back in place before she embarrasses her brother by failing to show up. It's exactly the kind of stunt that she'd pull, and we can't have that happening. You guys got to go down there and get her.
Yeah, we're all trying to just make this a great boat party, so we understand. We'll go get the Duchess, and we'll zip her right back up here for you.
Is everybody going to go get the Duchess?
I certainly am.
Yeah, I'm going with Brackus.
I don't think Egberticus would. Egberticus is probably helping Ume, smooth over the situation in the kitchen.
Well, the kitchen is downstairs, though. So are you going to stay up?
Well, in the area where there was
sorry, we're on a boat. It's not a kitchen. It's a galley.
A galley. Well, I think they're in the sort of serving area, dining room or whatever it is.
Okay, in the capacitor. And
make sure those porcupines are going out stat.
Ume, how are you feeling about this interaction that just happened?
I am that racist. Pretty pissed, trying to hold it in, but trying to maintain a professional air.
Sure.
Egberticus is like, I do. Have a cookie, Ube. Have a cookie.
Do the cookies help?
Like there's like smoke coming out of my nose.
Is the smoke or are the cookies helping?
A little.
You guys do have some other matters to take your attention as the dinner service begins in earnest, and the other four head downstairs to go rouse Duchess Ethelyn, and we'll follow them for a moment. So.
Rouse the Duchess, eh?
Rousing the Duchess. The next chapter of this
no good
adventure.
below deck, but hopefully this cookie helps.
Well, you might be better below deck. So
We'll see.
As you head down there, the music from the top deck sort of fades, of course, into the background, and you are once again within the belly of this enormous ship that Fitzcairn took you around. You head past the gun deck, which is the one level down from the top deck, and into the berth deck, where the ship's crew sleeps, and in the back of which is the room where the Duchess is staying, or it's the room where you took her, Brackus. And the door is closed. You don't hear much, but outside of the door stands Sokana Rel, her vividly beautiful, vaguely fey-looking handmaiden.
I walk up to her and I'm like, howdy, ma'am. We're here to take the Duchess back up to the deck. Make sure she's there for her brother's big day.
Sokana glances back at the door and walks up to you slowly. She says, Duchess Ethelyn is still resting. She needs a few more minutes. Is that okay?
Define a few more minutes. So what are we talking about here? Like 5 minutes, or is it going to turn into an hour? If it turns into an hour, that's not going to work for us. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to put you in trouble. We're all going to be in trouble. So what are we talking about here?
She smiles. I appreciate the situation you're in. Loyal to the end.
To the end.
Very, very.
To the end seems like a very odd choice of words.
Oh, it's just an expression. It's going to be more like.
Is it customary for women of the Shale to treat their hosts in such a manner?
Well, I'm not so sure about custom, but Duchess Ethelyn is one of the more esteemed nobles in the land, and of course the king's sister, and you know how siblings can be. There's a little bit of sniping and a little bit of a rivalry, but rest assured she will be there for the king's big moment, and she just needs a few more minutes. So to answer your muscular friend's question, we're talking more minutes, not hours.
Okay, look. 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes. That's all any more than that. Then I'm going to have my boss breathing down my neck. I'm going to breathe down your neck. And then we're all going to have breath down our necks. Come on, just 2 minutes. 90 seconds now.
I don't know if Brackus and I have prearranged signals for when a situation seems to be heading south, or we are getting a mistrustful vibe from someone. But Dipnip is not an emotive person, so he would never make this face, but he is making whatever version of that face. He is. This is sketchy as hell.
Hey, look, lady, just look at my friend's face. You see how upset he is? We're sick of this. Get the Duchess out here.
He seems to be very reserved. And look, a lady mustn't be, while any lady might appreciate this attention from you, she mustn't be rushed. Please go wait above deck or wherever you like, just not here right outside her door. It's a little unbecoming.
It might help if we heard this from her directly.
Yeah, what she
is there any way we can speak to her?
I am the Duchess's handmaiden. There's really no need for the direct interaction. Can I please ask you to take 2 steps back?
Look, I'll give you that. You're tenacious, all right? I respect that. You're really sticking on this point. But we need that, Duchess. Just stick your head in there at least. Pop your head in the door and say, "Hey, get it! You got 1 minute. 1 minute. Stick your head in and tell her she's got 1 minute."
Would be nice to have some proof that she is indeed coming.
I will do my best to ignore the slight of your mistrust. Dipnip, roll a insight check. I'll do my best to ignore the slight of your mistrust. I assure you that at your present volume...
Did you all hear that noise?
Yes.
Did that come from the game?
Is that automatic from Foundry?
Yeah, that's automatic.
A critical.
At your present volume, my large friend, I'm sure that the Duchess can hear you fine. So I'll ask you again, to step back from the door, or surely King Aeodon will hear about this. And while he may have his differences with his sister sometimes, he will not brook any intimidation by the likes of you against her. And by proxy me.
All right, I push past her. I start banging on the door with my fists. I say, get in! Like, Duchess, come on!
Douglas turns to Ren like, these guys are better at their job than I am.
Duchess, we love you. You're great. You're the Duchess, blah, 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 your honor, all that stuff, but get out here!
Ume and Egberticus, what specifically are you doing above deck at the moment?
I think we're just kind of, zhuzhing, the little things on the table, making sure that all the servers, when chefs will like wipe a plate, so we're doing those things. Yeah, I assume we can't hear anything that's going on.
Yeah,
No.
are we in earshot? Okay.
No. Are you in the dining room or outside of it on the deck?
I think we're going, at least Egberticus is sort of going back and forth.
Okay.
Right? Supervising.
Yes. Okay. Egberticus, roll. Ume, where are you?
I'm in the dining room trying to fix up this wolf fillet plate that's been nearly destroyed, but still salvageable.
Okay. Egberticus, roll a perception check. With disadvantage, actually, because you're quite distracted. So that's holding control, because you're quite focused on what you're doing.
Oh, I don't need to hold control. It does it automatic. I can press disadvantage.
Oh, okay. All right.
Lols.
Good. So
Very distracted.
So Kana, at this moment, nods to someone behind her. And from the shadows, you see a small man with a dagger step forward towards you, just as you, with roll a strength saving throw. Brachus?
Me, Brachus?
Yes.
Cool.
I assume you're not trying to bash the door in, right?
No, I'm just trying to make a point.
Yeah, so roll a saving throw. Okay.
All right.
So you bash once, twice. On the third bash, the door flies open.
Oh.
The room is empty. The Duchess is not there. And the curtains on the rear window of the ship are flapping about. Behind you, Sokana's face turns even more grim. And let's figure out the marching order, because you guys are going to have a little bit of a scuffle.
Oh no.
Okay, so we have downstairs Brachus of Natarax. Let's activate this map. We have downstairs Dipnip Reculok,
I can
Ekthos,
see your cursor.
and Ren. Egberticus and others, you are still upstairs, right?
I'm assuming I can't see the map because I'm not there.
Correct. Yes, we'll just sort of.
My map is black.
Yeah, because you're not. I haven't placed you on the map yet. So there you are. This is the door that's flown open.
Cool.
And Egberticus, I'll just put you here just so you can sort of have something to look at. Ume, you as well.
Cool. We're observing.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Look at our little tokens.
Yeah. All right. So then we have to place Sokana, and now also this vile assassin stepping out of the shadows. And everyone roll. It's very dark here as well. Everyone roll initiative. Well, not Egberticus and Ume.
Where do you do that again?
Click on the fist.
Right.
Yep. So, Ren, click on the fist and then the die.
Nice.
Ooh, got a 20 out here.
19. Oh, there's a 20 out there.
The fist for the combat tracker and the die to get your initiative. And we are ready to get started. So, first to act is the assassin who's stepping out of the shadows and strikes at Ren, who is the closest person to him. Ilton has a couple swipes with his dagger, or with his short sword, rather. The first is a hit, and because you are in melee range with someone, he also applies sneak attack damage. So, yeah, Ren is stabbed through with the short sword going into his side, and being distracted by Sokana next to him. Ren, you get pretty hurt by this. But before you can even, take a breath.
You may want to change the view on the screen so people can see the battle a little bit better. It's like really, really dark for everybody. I don't know if that's intentional.
Yes.
For the stream view?
Well, yes, but we can
See the battle.
we can change that view, but it's not everyone's going to be able to see it. We can see the dice rolls better. So the second blow, though, doesn't find its mark. It's still a little dark out here, and the four of you are sort of piled up in this hallway. So not everyone has the chance to kind of see to get the space that they need to use their weapons effectively. And next up, we have Ekthos.
Okay. Well, Ekthos is gonna try to squeeze past. Oh, I don't want to get an opportunity attack. But I can't act through. I can move through Ren, right? But I can't act through him.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Well, then I'm going to have to try to see if I can move past this guy and deliver a shocking grasp as I move.
Yep.
So I'll move over here. I would have to target him first, yeah?
Yes. Alt-click to target.
Okay. So as he walks by, he tries to grab him and flips a switch on his bracers of his armor and tries to grab this guy.
Ooh, cool.
I'm not sure if it succeeded.
It did. So you lunge forward with your electric bracers, and the tendons of lightning come out and wrap around Ilton, the assassin. So You do.
And it can't take reactions until its next turn.
Yes, and you do 8 points of lightning damage. Any other actions?
Just want to move out of the way over here, and then I'm done.
Cool.
Oh, I have to do something to do that. Yes, sorry.
Okay. So next up, we have Dipnip. What are you doing, Dipnip?
I don't know because my entire map is black. I cannot see anything.
Nothing?
No, I see myself and like a little bit of light right to my
next
right.
to the guy.
Oh, yeah, Dipnip, you don't have, what's it called? Well, you know what? It doesn't make sense that there's no light
Dark
on
vision?
here currently. Yeah, Dipnip doesn't have dark vision. So let me turn this light on.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool.
So let's see. Where is the guy that is like southeast of me is the assassin that kind of came out?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I am going. Is there anything in my vicinity that is like a loose object, like a lamp or a book on a bedside table, anything like that?
Yeah, you have, there are lamps. There are sort of ropes strewn about the floor. But there's one hanging lantern that's on and one hanging lantern that is not burning at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna take one of the hanging lanterns and use launch object, which basically an object weighing 1 to 5 pounds is flung in a direction that I indicate.
All right, let's do it.
So yeah, that creature would take 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
Sweet. Okay. So target the creature. Alt click and then hit damage. And it does have to make a dexterity saving throw. Against, what is your DC for that?
It would be
I think it's 13. Yep.
Yeah.
So he sees the lantern coming at the last second and ducks like a goalkeeper in soccer, right? But he ducks the wrong way, and it flies basically straight in his face. So hit the target, hit the damage button.
yeah.
Okay, so it does a number on him, wallops him. The lantern shatters all over his face. There's oil in his eyes, and quickly he sees that his fortunes are turning.
I'm gonna move out of the way because
Not a bad idea.
I'm not. This isn't really my scene to be right next to people that are trying to kill me.
Yeah.
So I am going to move over here. Actually,
Okay.
one more. Yeah.
So you go into the quarters where the Duchess was supposedly taking a nap.
Yeah.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. The Duchess's handmaiden is now acting, and she looks to you. She has a wand that she pulls out that looks almost like an insect's antenna or something. It looks almost living. She turns and is about to flick it, but something seems to be pulling her toward a different course of action. And she disappears in a puff of smoke. Where'd she go?
Left her dude. She just left her dude hanging.
Yes, she left her dude hanging.
That's
And-
scary.
She ran away somewhere. And it is now the turn of Ren.
Ooh, okay. I'm hurting from this guy that's right in front of me. I would love to step back, but I'm probably going to invite an attack of opportunity. So, and we're all too close to each other to entangle. Well, actually, Brackus is right there. So entangle. Each square is 5 feet, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to use my trusty thorn whip. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use my thorn whip
Yep.
and give this guy what for. So there we go.
I think that's what you got to do.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to target.
You turn toward Ilton, the would-be assassin, and cast Thorn Whip. Did you target him?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Hit the attack button to see whether you hit. So it's a melee spell attack. Good roll, 16. It's a 21 total. You got him. Roll damage.
Nice. Nice. So normal roll, right?
Yeah, just click on damage there, normal roll.
Cool. Nice.
Okay, so this vine with thorns that you conjure from your hands wraps around Ilton, and as you tug on it and pull it away, all of the vines dig into his skin and leave large gashes, bleeding. He's in a bad way.
Tit for tat.
Do you move or do any bonus actions, Ren?
His Ren's
if I-
classic catchphrase.
Tit for tat.
If I step away, I'm gonna get hurt, right?
Yes.
Or okay.
That's silly.
I think I'm just gonna.
Well, he can't use reactions because of the shocking grasp,
That is true.
so
Okay.
he can't take an opportunity attack,
Yep.
right?
Gotcha.
I've immobilized him.
Thank you.
Yes, good
thank
point.
Thank you for reminding me of that. So
Great
I'm gonna
point.
go hang. Let's see. I'm gonna go hang with my boy Exos over here.
Come.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm done.
So, Brackus, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna march right up to this assassin, and I say, "Hey there, Tater Tot. It's a cute little butter knife you got. How'd you like to see what a real weapon looks like?"
He,
And then
at
I
this
pull
point, like blood from the thorn whip is, well, and the like oil that has been splashed on his face just makes it makes for a
Electrocuted.
very striking cocktail of like fluids streaming down his face, and he's just grunting through it. And it's like, do your worst.
My worst, eh? Well, I yank out my great axe and bring it up over my head and bring it down towards his shoulder with
Yes.
the intention to chop off his entire butter knife arm.
Do it.
Kablammy!
15 is good enough for this poorly armored individual.
Oh, do I don't see.
And,
Oh, there it is.
and then hit
Ah.
damage.
Well. All right.
Okay. Tell me what happens.
Oh, it's an axe just slices right through, like not even at the shoulder, like a little deeper, like takes a good like the whole corner of his torso, and the axe slices right through, like a hot knife through butter. A lot of butter metaphors tonight, and then it goes right through and embeds itself in the wood of the floor. It's like such a strong swing.
So yes, you bring the axe down hard, so much so that it's stuck in the. It takes a tug to pull it out of the floor. As you're tugging it, you're watching Ilton's face, watching him react to the fact that his arm has been pulled clean off, or cut clean off. He falls to the floor, breathing his last breaths. Ilton is dead, and now you've got to. Now you got to deal with whatever the hell else is going on.
How are you gonna get your axe out of the ground, dude?
I yank it out and I like shudder, like it's good to chop someone into pieces again. It's been too long.
Exos, you are next.
It's me next. I mean, the other person we were attacking, she's gone, right? What am I supposed to just search?
Figure out what's going on.
Anyone have any tips of where I should be searching here?
Do we know which way she ran?
The window is opening. I think the window's open and the curtains are flapping.
East or west?
Into the west, into the room. Is that right? Her windows, like, wide open?
I guess
the Duchess's window is open, yeah, but you didn't see anyone fly out of it.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, I guess we're just like searching the ship now, right?
Yeah, I guess you
no
are.
idea where she went to.
I mean, there are doors here that we can open.
Yeah, right? I guess we're just gonna go through the nearest door, right?
Yep. Okay.
So, I'm gonna check this door too. Sorry, I haven't kept track of my motion.
There is something afoot, so we are acting in sort of. We're obeying the kind of 30 feet for movement action or 60 feet for double move per turn.
I see. Got it. Well, I'll check. I want to open this door.
Okay.
And then,
click the door.
I did.
Yeah. So why don't we say, if the plan for all of you guys is to look through these various rooms, let's just open them doors, and I'll tell you that you would have spent a round doing that. Okay.
Got it.
So advance to the next round of combat, round 3. Now you're, by the way, what's going on upstairs? Obviously you guys don't know that this is happening downstairs. Is the dinner service going okay? Seems a little, insignificant with everything going on downstairs, but of course you don't,
Significant?
you don't know that.
It is the most significant. No, I mean, they're...
Do we sense a little danger?
You don't sense any danger, no. But Ume, if you're still in the dining room, Egberticus, roll a perception check again with disadvantage.
Ooh.
You perceive that some of the consommé is a little more cloudy than you'd like, but other than that, nothing.
I have one of those little small whisks that they sell at IKEA in the kids department, but I have that in my pocket. I'm like, oh.
Yes, Fantasy IKEA.
Yeah.
Do we need to restock on anything and that requires us to go below deck?
I don't think so, because you've brought up a sort of mobile kitchen station.
We're too good at our jobs.
Mm-hmm.
We have everything.
Then we happily go
everything is
along.
accounted for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Everything's
downstairs crew, what do you do with your next turn, your next 60 feet of searching movement?
I mean, I don't know if I can see the same as everyone else, but I can't see much in this room.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
see the.
Well, feel free to move around the top deck, sorry, the deck that you're on.
I walked myself into a corner.
I can't move because it's not my
I'm in a room.
combat turn.
I see what you're
I still
saying.
am on me. Okay, so it's still on me, I think.
Okay, well, let's put it
So
Let's put it this way. You have the opportunity to. You guys can still hear me, right?
yeah,
Okay. You have the opportunity to look around the top deck a little more, or, go down.
Well,
go. I'm
mean,
not
first
finding
things-
much.
First things first, I think we should notify someone else what's happening.
We're fighting people who disappear.
We're fighting people who disappear, and the Duchess is missing. So I'm gonna, I guess, go upstairs back the way we came, and
Yep.
alert our boss.
And I guess the three of
that
us
this
will
is
keep
happening.
going further
And-
down.
Okay.
Something we learned from Fitzcairn, good old boy, is that these gold inlays prevent folks from just teleporting off the boat. So if she disappeared, there's a good chance she's still on the boat, just on another floor.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what you get for paying attention. That's why I bring Ren to these things.
What can I say?
Dipstick, you have gone upstairs. And yes, you cannot teleport onto the ship. Or off of it. However, one might still be able to teleport, within it.
Right. Can I see anyone on deck that is in a position of some authority, like a guard or, some the ship's officer?
Well, there's the captain for the evening, Captain Smith. Then there's Stover. There's the ship's designer. But the guards are effectively y'all.
Right. Well, I would go over and tell the captain and Silver what had happened. Sirs, I have disappointing news. There was an assassin on board. We don't know where the Duchess is. Her room is empty. We've killed the assassin, but another person, seemingly the Duchess's handmaiden, was. They just kind of bamfed out of there.
Boy, you said a mouthful. Oh wait, you're Stover or the captain? Sorry.
Oh, I thought they were together.
They are, but who are you addressing? Both?
Yeah, I know Stover better than the captain, so I guess
Okay.
Stover.
They said, that's a lot of information all at once. Seems that we're in a slightly different situation than we were anticipating. I'm thinking we gotta act quickly here. Find the damn handmaiden. There's no way that she's gonna be able to teleport off the ship, but I wonder where the Duchess went.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We'll get on that. Post haste.
Okay. So, what is the downstairs? Or do you tell the other people, Egberticus and Ume, or you guys over here?
I don't know where. I don't know if they're on deck right now, but I presume that I would loop them in.
They are on deck because they're serving dinner. I'm not sure.
This is kind of a situation where, I don't know that it necessitates an all-out panic, but anyone we know and, can trust a little bit, I would assume I would, tell because they're able to help.
Sure.
They're just another pair of eyes.
Okay. Well, we'll return to that situation in a moment. What is the downstairs crew doing?
Let's search the lower deck, yeah?
Okay. I'm going to move all of you guys to a lower deck. And
All right, let's do it.
Ektos.
We're rushing down.
Ektos already is on a lower deck. Right.
Now I can't see it. Oh, here we are.
Okay. And so Dipnip and Ume and Egberticus, what do you guys do?
Well, Egbertus kind of looks around and he sees that, the food service seems to be going okay. So he says, we'll help. We'll help you search for the Duchess, of course. We can't have anything interrupting the festivities. And so, lead on, Dipnip.
Okay.
Dipnip is going to methodically start searching every single room from the top of the ship to the bottom of the ship. Just poking his head into every single room.
So you are able to catch up with your friends downstairs because that's you've already searched
I've pretty much searched this whole level down here, guys. I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, so now Egberticus, Dipnip, and Ume have rushed down to the berth deck, which, again, you've searched at the cost of 2 more rounds, but you don't find anything. 1 deck left.
Yeah, let's do the absolute bottom deck.
Let's go.
Let's go indeed. So, you head down to the absolute bottom deck where the room's furnace and the boiler and engine is.
Ooh, all the fun stuff.
As soon as you get down there, you see Sokana, who disappeared before, toss a small gem into the furnace and begin sealing the door with rust using that wand that you saw in her hand before. You also see the 2 other individuals helping her with that task, and one of them actually is breaking some kind of contraption or valve that is on the side of the furnace. And finally, you see a pile of 4 bodies, people that you recognize from the ship, including Fitzcairn laying, bleeding out and dead in the
Fitz, my boy,
in the corner. And Sokana says, "It's too late. And I suggest, if you care for your lives, that you dive out the window as soon as you can." Let's pause there and come back and see how you resolve this this little situation.
Oh, man.
Damn, cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah.
Are the bodies dead?
The bodies are dead.
Do we know?
Quite dead.
Wow.
Yep. All right, everybody. See you in about 10 minutes. Hello. Welcome back. I was saying I wanted to thank the audience for watching along with us and being part of this adventure so far, and diving into what is sure to be an exciting battle, and also to encourage folks to go to the Discord, for which you'll see a link below. It is going to be a host of like conversation and memeing or whatever else you want to do related to the campaign or not. Also, you can find videos on the YouTube channel of past sessions, although we've only had one, of course, so far. And then I plan on doing some kind of DM notes about kind of my... those aren't for the players, by the way. Players don't watch those. About sort of my thoughts of how things went as compared to how I thought they would go. Recaps. I was also thinking, what do you guys think about this? Like, I thought this would be a fun idea. Sort of like Real World or Top Chef or whatever style, kind of like confessional sequences, like little shorts in character about like your character's thoughts on the things that happened in the last session.
Sure.
That sounds fun.
Could be fun. And then
Like diary entries.
exactly, yeah, but like retrospective. And then finally, I was going to encourage anyone watching to check out the Casey and Zoe thing, which is a show that Casey does with his sister Zoe, where they it's a let me know if I get the order right. Game, talk, news, clown show.
You nailed it.
Wow. Okay. That's what it is. It's really fun. They've been doing some Skyrim games, some horror games, and it's a blast to watch.
Oh, I missed the Skyrim. I would definitely. That would be fun.
They've been going back to that well.
There'll be more Skyrim for sure.
There's always more Skyrim. You know,
Thank you, Eugene.
my my game shame is that I have never finished. I've never even come close to finishing Skyrim, and it's not because it was like, oh, I got so sidetracked by all the crazy stuff. I haven't even put that much time into it because I think there's a disconnect for me between like the person who wants to do the realistic version where you're like camping and you know you get cold or wet and you have to like set up like pitch a tent and stuff, and the version where like I have to pick everything up in case it's useful later. And the mismatch happens where because I have like the realism mods installed and I'm picking everything up, so ultimately the effect is that I spend probably 98% of my Skyrim time in my inventory trying to figure out like what I can drop and what I should leave in place.
You've got like 99 potions of healing, but you just freeze to death.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, okay, I need to put on my I need a fur cloak for being outside, but I have like 40 short swords. You know, I can't commit to the survivalist lifestyle.
I love the idea of a character who is consistently, whenever they step into a new environment, just like redressing themselves. You know, like they come in from outside and they're like, "Well, I'm inside now. I better put on shorts."
But like
drops their pants.
But it's Eugene dealing with the inventory, so it's really annoying every time. You come into a room, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like drop a shield and like get rid of a crossbow.
Exactly. But it's like, okay, I think if I drop these 4 oranges, then I can pick up that thing. And it's like, what do I have the oranges for? I'm not sure.
To sell.
That's my Skyrim experience, and that's our segment, our weekly segment called My Skyrim Experience, where we each talk about our Skyrim experience. All right.
A joy.
Let us begin. So Connor Rell and the 2 engineers appear to be sabotaging the ship's furnace for some purpose that cannot be good. surely this will lead to destruction. We are in combat. You don't know how much time you have to sort of save the ship, but it can't be long. But the first thing that you have to deal with, of course, is these people who are actively trying to do the opposite. So, Dipnip, you act first. Go.
Oh, all right. So these walls on either side of the opening to the furnace, are there like doors? Can I see if there's like a way to close them or cut off access to the?
Well, that's what Sokana is trying to do, actually. So this gap that you can see into the furnace, she is using this antenna-like thing that you saw before to rust closed the door. Yeah.
And we saw her throw something into the furnace before she began rusting this thing closed.
You saw her throw in a gem, and you can now see that the gem is it ignited, and out of it, in a like a genie from a bottle, comes this bright orange flame, and it looks like a flame elemental has been spawned from the gem. It's an elemental gem, and that's really heating things up in there.
Yeah. Can I use telekinetic hands and pull the gem out of the fire inside the furnace?
You can do that. If you do that, you will have a fire elemental to deal with, probably.
Right. But ostensibly, if we leave the fire elemental in there, it could do a lot of damage to the ship and kill us all.
Yes.
All right. Then I'm going for it. Can I move it to, like, I don't know, like there?
Yes. Or you can try to. It's going to be hot, but you can try to grab it if you want, and that way, maybe you can do something to stop the elemental from coming out.
With my bare handsies? Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Maybe you can try to
kind of like
hover it in front of you or something.
Or like put it in my shirt or something. You know?
Yes.
Like wrap my shirt around it, or like a piece of clothing I'm wearing.
Yes. So we'll say as a free action, as part of this action, you can take off your jacket, your vest, your undershirt. Yeah. You're like Steve Bannon. You've got so many layers on. Yeah. Which thing do you want to take off? I mean, it'll have to be the topmost one. So your sort of overcoat.
Sure. My jacket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will have to do an intelligence check here because that's the sort of power that you use to activate your telekinetic hands, or that's the ability. But they're going to have to sort of navigate because these doors are closing very quickly. So the hands will have to like fly in and grab the gem and fly out before the fire elemental spawns, because at that point the gem is spent and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. All right. So it's the mod roll, not the save roll.
Yep.
Right.
Do you do like a move when you use your psionic powers? Like, do you put your hand to your temple or something?
Yeah. All of my somatic elements are required as part of the psionicism. So in this context, I would probably put my hand out or yeah.
Okay. So you put your hand out. You project a pair of hands that fly into the furnace. They grab hold of the gem, but they're not deft enough, and so the hands that you project, basically, just as Sokana finally manages to seal the furnace, they bang up against the doors and can't get out. So the hands dissipate, right? It's not like your hands are stuck in there. But
Right.
the effect ultimately is that, unfortunately, you can't recover the gem, and it's stuck inside the furnace.
Got it. Do I still have a regular action that I can use as an attack action this turn?
Telekinetic hands is an action.
Okay. Then, yeah, that's my turn. Yeah.
Well, sorry, telekinetic hands is a feature, but grabbing something is an action. So you used an action to do that, or at least in this case, it was far enough away that it was an action. So I guess that's your turn, unless you want to move or have a bonus action.
Yeah. I don't really have any. Bonus actions. So yeah, no, I'm good. I just to break things up a little bit, I will move back into the corner. But yeah, no,
Might be a good idea. Okay, Brackus, you are up.
Oh my gosh. Well, now seeing that elemental gem fall back in there made me real mad. So I'm gonna go take my rage out on this jerk. Targeting.
So the engineer that you target, or at least the person who is disguised as an engineer, is really focused on trying to rust up this exhaust valve. And you attack him.
Not if I have anything to do with it. I'll save you, Valve. And I'm gonna bring out my my great axe again. I want to change things up, It's it's the most obvious thing. You get an axe, you chop up somebody. What if I turn it sideways and smash him right on the top of the head as hard as I can? And here comes
your big attack. Okay.
My big attack.
Okay. Not so great, that attack. You swing your axe against the side of the furnace and don't manage to catch the engineer. Just get a big clang of metal. Boom.
Well, at least I got some percussion out of it.
Yeah. I mean, percussion's not bad.
It's not bad.
You can live with that.
Well, then that's... do I have a bonus action?
You can do, if you had moved 20 feet, you could have charged as a bonus action, or you could have activated you can activate your rage as a bonus action.
But I can't attack again.
You cannot attack again.
I'll end it there.
Okay. Containing your rage.
Containing my rage. I'm saving it.
So it is. It's time for one of these guys to act. One of the engineers, and they use. They seem to be really focused on their task of sealing this valve shut in order to trap the heat within. And you can hear the furnace really roiling at this point. It's making a lot of noise and sort of rumbling and shaking.
Jeez.
Egberticus, your turn.
So think Verticus is going to. He's very upset that his moment of glory is, of this great event that he was throwing has been jeopardized. So he's going to walk over here and he's going to cast. He's going to say, "You heathens, repent!" And he's going to cast Zealous Accusation.
Ooh.
Okay, wait, hold on. Where's my cone? Okay. How do I... Okay. Oh, I think I can do it this way. It's fine.
You place measure template.
I did.
Okay.
So press roll damage, or do I just click damage?
Well, the cone has to come from you, though. It's sort of... But you would get those 3 guys anyway. But yes, you can click damage.
Okay. Well, I couldn't... Anyway. Imagine that the cone is coming from me.
Sure.
I just don't know how to flip it like this. You'll have to show me that later. All right.
Okay.
Normal?
Yes.
It's like, repent! Repent!
So what does it look like? Like what is the action that you do?
It's like a light beam. Hold on, someone is...
What does that sound?
The door.
Okay. So each of them has to roll a saving throw, and they all succeed. Alas.
What?
So they all take
Jerks.
half of the allotted damage, which is still something. 3 points of damage. You hold out your holy symbol, this hook on a chain, to symbolize Triegenes, and a radiant light shines from it. And next up is Ren.
I can't believe they all succeeded. That sucks.
They all
What's up
succeeded.
with that? So there's 3 guys in here. I'm kind of concerned about that. So I would like to shake things up and cause the earth to tremor, right?
Sounds like a perfect thing to
these
do.
guys are. Yeah, so let's see. It's a 10-foot. Can I put my target down and make sure I don't hurt us in the process?
Well, I don't know if you can make sure that you don't, but you can try.
Okay, let's try. So the range is for myself, so I'm going to need to put myself within harm's way, as it were.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to cast it. So do I put the template down before or after I start the roll?
You do the roll, and then it'll give you the option to put down the template.
Okay, cool. So here we go, place measure template. Okay. Ooh, okay, cool. So here we go, I'm gonna place it right here. Okay, awesome, I got them, but not us. Something about the key does not exist. So I placed the template, but I didn't see the actual roll.
Well, you have to hit damage.
Okay, cool. So there we go. Awesome.
All right, so they all also must make saving throws for this. The ground starts to shake beneath them. It becomes uneven, and one of the guys who's trying to close the valve falls over and quickly picks himself back up, but he appears to be quite shaken by these splinters and these planks that are shooting up from the ground. It also seems like this maybe does a little bit of damage to the furnace. You can see it start hissing and releasing some of the flames and smoke from the inside.
Okay. And then that guy also falls prone, right?
Yep.
So as part of that, he falls down. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So with that, I will hand it over
To Jaya.
to Ume.
To Ume. Ume, you're up.
All right.
So it says choose what Ume will do with this template.
Yeah. Well, you want to delete it.
Delete a claim. Okay, cool. Nice.
Okay, so I am gonna use my short bow because I have a sneak attack ability that I can, if I use a ranged weapon, I can deal an extra damage. And because 2 of my allies are within 5 feet, and kobolds are used to fighting in packs, I get an advantage on the attack roll.
Sure.
Am I getting all that right?
Yeah.
All right. So here goes nothing. Oh, wait, why is this frozen?
Yeah, you have a kobolds have a pack tactics feature. So basically, if you are aiming with a melee or ranged attack at an enemy that is in melee range of one of your allies, you have advantage on the roll.
So I'm gonna select this cunning lady over here, the handmaiden.
Okay.
And
Oh, wait, it looks like you. I don't see the selection
Oh,
as a target. Alt click. You should see like a little targeting icon appear.
I see it.
Oh, okay. Then
Do
it
you-
works. I don't think
you
it
need to
matters that
see
I
it?
don't. No.
Okay, so in order to roll with advantage, do I just select
Alt-
the dice?
Alt click.
Alt click.
On the short bow, yeah.
Is alt command?
Option.
Huh? Option. Option. What's that?
Actually, if you just click it, it will show everything.
Yeah, and if you just click without hitting anything, it'll give you the option, no pun intended, to take advantage.
Did that do anything?
No. Did you click the die next to short bow?
Yeah, I did.
Nope, didn't do anything. I think maybe you're like unsynced or something. Try reloading your browser window.
Okay.
Could work. Maybe that's
It's
why I also
reloading.
didn't see you do the target.
Yeah, that's
I bet
possible.
that's why.
Okay, loading.
Do. The handmaiden at this point has turned her attention to you. Now I see
Great.
that you've targeted her, and you knock your short bow. You let an arrow fly, and it catches her right in the chest. Of course, if you want, you can do your sneak attack, because once per turn, when you do an attack roll on which you have advantage, you can add your sneak attack damage. But first, you should roll damage. Yeah, for your short bow.
And it's normal, right?
Yep.
Did that roll?
No.
It appears to be frozen.
Uh-oh.
The damage button is gray.
It goes from the last row.
That's okay. That's
No,
the
it's
color
right
it should be.
now. But
Oh, like
nothing
grayed out?
rolled.
Oh.
Yeah, it's grayed out. Is there
sure why.
another way I could try to roll
Well,
it?
maybe I can do it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't. Maybe it's because it was frozen before. I don't know. Why don't you just do slash roll 2d20 plus 1. Sorry, no, that's not damage. Do slash roll. Yeah, I told you the wrong thing to do. Yep. Okay, great. So your arrow. Wow, you got a 6 on the roll. So your arrow flew, like I said, right into her chest and lodges itself deep in there, sticking out of her chest as she's pushed back by the force, and then takes a step forward towards you. If you want, you can add sneak attack.
Okay, how do I do that?
Just roll sneak attack with her targeted.
Oh, okay, got it. So she's still targeted. Booyah!
Okay, so that's an additional 10 damage. Wait, that's too much. That rolled 2d6, so it should be 1d6. That's an additional 5 damage. And she, at this point, is quite hurt. The arrow, she sort of shrugged it off, but it looks like it sunk in a little deeper than even she anticipated, and she winces in pain as she looks toward the stairs. It seems like she's kind of done her job and wants to get out of here. And
which way are the stairs?
they are sort of behind her. You're looking towards them. They're around the side of the furnace.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Run that way. I'm going to. Yeah. Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
In my inventory, right now I have my arrows equipped.
Yeah.
If I want to equip another thing, such as ball bearings, for example, is that something I can do?
You don't have to equip them. You can just use them.
I see. Okay. All right. I will end my turn.
Okay. So, sure enough, she runs around to the side. Actually, she doesn't have to. Once again, as she did before, there's a puff of smoke, and she disappears. You hear her around the side of the furnace, and she is gone. Yeah, that's, as far as you can tell, that's sort of it for Ms. Sokanarel. And next up is one of the engineers who was working on closing the valve. He appears to be done with that, and he looks around but doesn't see a great opportunity to run because, he's quite surrounded. So instead, he turns to the guy who attacked him, that being Brachus, and swings at Brachus with a scimitar that he brandishes from his side, from the side of his belt, and cuts. Brachus really wasn't expecting this from kind of a timid-looking dude.
I wasn't.
Oh, wait, we have, the chat says 2d6 is right for level 3 rogues. I thought that they add another die at level 5. Let's double check that, because that's a meaningful amount of damage. That would be an extra 5 damage. So
Good looking out.
Good looking out.
Yeah, thanks,
100033113. I thought it spelled something, maybe. I thought it might spell like boobies, like on a calculator, but I guess it doesn't.
I'm gonna
gonna go out on a limb and say that person
It's correct.
is also the 1,000 that's on the Discord.
Yep. 1,000 is correct. So, wow. Sorry I doubted you. Yes. So, anyway, Brackus, you weren't expecting this timid guy to... oh, they actually go by 1,000. Great, perfect. 1,000, good looking out. You've given an extra 5 damage to the dastardly Sokanarel, and an extra dignity to Ume. So, Brackus, you weren't expecting this guy to attack you, and so you weren't sort of on guard as he slashed across your chest with the scimitar, just catching under your armor across your belly and dealing 7 points of slashing damage.
Hate it.
Yeah, he. It seems like he has little choice but to kind of stay engaged in combat. So that's what he does, and
Pay for that, buddy.
he seems to kind of. He's not confident about his chances here. Ekthos,
shouldn't
you are up.
Oop, we can't hear you, Ekthos.
Ekthos, we cannot hear you. Ekthos, we can't hear you, Ekthos.
Exos is going up and just gonna charge that same guy and give him a big old swing with his thunder gauntlet. Let me make sure.
So Ekthos, with his steam suit, walks up and just swings his huge thunder-ass gauntlet at this guy.
What's the easiest way to target someone?
Alt-click.
So bad at that. There, alt click. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out someday. Here it comes.
Boom!
Ka-clash.
Your fist flies at his face. Roll damage.
Nice.
And apply active effects, because I believe the Thunder Gauntlets... Oh, you know what? Never mind. You...
Dead man.
With like pneumatic force, your fist flies at him, and you know, once the servos have spun up, you can't like pull your fist back, and almost inadvertently, though you're not sad to see it, you like crush this guy's chest against the wall behind him, like flattening, like your fist touches the steel side of the furnace, caving this dude in entirely, and he falls to the ground.
Is he okay?
And I'll just go ahead and do the defensive field as on myself too, and call it a turn.
Okay, so that gives you some temporary hit points. Dipnip, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna head down over here. See if nope. That is not where she went. Well, that was worth a try.
Well, there's stairs there, right?
True. But yeah, that's as far as I can get in. Well, I mean, yeah, I can still. I guess I can.
You know what? I neglected to mention.
4, 5, 6. What?
There is a grate above you, okay? And you get line of sight through the grate. So I totally should have said that you caught a glimpse of her getting up the stairs. There's a grate on basically every level of the ship above the furnace, so that things can... The furnace doesn't vent through there, because the whole idea is that the furnace is going to boil the water for the steam. But you did catch a glimpse of her on the floor above you. You don't know if she's still there, but that's where she went.
So this set of stairs that's directly east of me is that going up or down?
That is going up.
Okay, then that's where I'm going. And as I'm running, I'm gonna yell something to the rest of the group. I saw her getting away. Up.
Okay.
That's as far as I can get.
Okay. You see up the stairs. She is up on the next floor.
Oh shit.
Brackus, your turn.
All right. Well, seeing that guy who just slashed my tum-tum get his rib cage caved in is really bittersweet for me. On the one hand, really glad to see him die horribly. On the other hand, I wanted to make him die horribly. And that little bit of frustration sends me right over the edge, and I activate my rage.
Oh, yeah. First
Which I
rage of the
think-
campaign.
First rage of the campaign. Do I click the die next to rage
Yeah.
to activate it? Cool,
Yeah, because
okay.
that will use your
Got it.
allotted uses of rage.
Usability. Great. So we're raging real hard.
We're raging.
And now, in the midst of my horrible rage, I march forward ragefully.
And
to
rage,
this
by the
other
way,
guy.
for the unacquainted, rage gives you advantage on it gives you advantage on strength checks and saving throws. It gives you bonus damage for any attacks using strength, which Brackuses definitely do. And it also gives you resistance to certain types of damage. And it
Yes,
lasts
indeed.
for 1 minute.
A minute?
Yep,
Yeah.
10 rounds.
All right. So I channel, and I look at this other guy, and I'm like, hey, you're not the same guy, but you look kind of the same clothes, and I'll take whatever vengeance I can get.
And roll with advantage because the guy is
Yes. Oh, got it. Cool. And so then I channel all of my rage into the tippy tips of my horns, and I shove my head at him with my horns.
You're goring
with all
this
my
guy.
Rage.
prone. Okay.
Like to use the horns weapon. Usability. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Right. Makes sense.
Yep.
And do I click advantage? Right.
Yes.
Sorry. Wait. Okay. Advantage. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You plunge your horns into this poor prone man.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good. Ooh, nice to let this rage off.
So
now,
Thousand suggests you hit the boiler to release some of the pressure and rage against the machine. The machine being the boiler.
Maybe I will.
Okay.
And when I damage, do I do normal? Or do I have to is the plus two's built
hit
in?
normal, and then the rage addition will be built in.
Cool.
Should be anyway.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
All right.
Woo!
So, yeah, you plunge your horns into this guy. He, just like you stuck your axe into the wood before, you stick your axe into the wood again and pin him to the ground.
Am I
And
now upside down with my horns in the floor, wiggling my feet
you're a
in the
little
air?
bit upside down, but you hit the boiler, which releases a bit more of that steam.
Whoa.
It seems to have a ameliorative effect. So
Yeah.
next, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. Next up, we have Egberticus.
So, is the boiler like the fire elemental is like still in the boiler, like about to explode the boiler? Correct.
Well, releasing the steam has helped, but yes.
So, I mean, I think Egberticus is like, oh dear. But I don't know that he would have any ability to, like, could he call out and be like, come at me, you fireman?
I think the fireman is really just fire in there right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so then, I don't think Egberticus, as much as he would want to help, would really have much ability to do anything about the furnace, so he would probably then just run after that lady.
Yep.
Which
Get her.
direction is it to Egberticus's right? Where is the staircase?
Yes.
Okay.
To Egberticus's right, up the stairs.
He's not a very fast mover. He is a walrus. After all those.
Well, he can move his 30 feet.
Wait, he can't see. It's all black. I can't see anything.
Well, because you don't have line of sight around the corner, but once you go around the corner, you will be able to see.
I got it.
Okay, so you can move 6 squares. So click on the stairs there to shoot up. Yep. And then, so you see, as soon as you run up the stairs or, trot, you see 2 important things. One is Sokana ahead of you, looking to a window to jump out of. And then coming down the stairs from above, you see Stover dragging the drunk Jeff Massand to try to, see if they could do something about this situation. But neither of them are sort of in fighting shape.
Got it. So I shout to, Stover, you better get downstairs. The ship is in trouble. And then I say, and as for you, young lady, and I, I think I have to target her. I channel divinity with my holy lance.
Okay.
Okay, I did target.
So Holy Lance, you choose somebody within 30 feet, and you charge, and they have to make a Dex saving throw.
Yes.
Yep. So you have to.
I think it's saying I ran out of the attribute.
Oh, because you only get 1 use of Channel Divinity per short rest.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, never mind. Please, moment. Oh man.
I don't think you can quite.
Divine.
You can't quite make it up to them, or make it to them.
I don't have any. But what I do have, are there objects?
Oh, there's so
around?
many objects here. Barrels, lanterns, all kinds of stuff.
Okay. So I guess a lantern is, I'm sort of inspired by Dipnip. Oh, that was such a good idea, right? And I use catapult, which I also have. And try to fling a lantern at her.
Okay. Lit or unlit?
Lit, obviously.
Okay. So place the template for her.
Obviously.
It's not giving me. It just says I just targeted her, and then.
No, you place measure template, and then hit damage once you place the template.
It's not letting me do this. Hold on. Wait, the template went away.
Okay.
So now it's just saying damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Did that work?
We'll see what her saving throw is. So
It's
your
a very auspicious combo, though.
yes. So your saving throw difficulty class is 11. Let's see what she gets with a Dex save. She's running
Come back
away.
here, young lady.
She saves. Yeah. So.
Jabbering jumpfish, not again.
If it strikes the wall immediately in front of her, splashes her a little bit, but she manages to mostly avoid the damage. And it is Ren's turn. Ren, you are up next.
right.
Now, you can either, well, you can do anything you want. Go upstairs and chase, whatever you like. It's all up to you. It's jazz, baby.
I think I will join the chase, and in order to speed myself up, I'm gonna wild shape into a panther.
Okay,
And
that sounds great. You can do that?
I can do that, yeah.
Okay.
At level 2, I can wild shape, and panther's on the list.
Okay.
Alright,
So the way to do that is drag, if you go into the folder,
okay.
did I make you?
Great hat, babe.
Yeah.
So I see some. Let's see. Search items. Which
No,
tab?
here, I'll help you out. So
Okay, cool.
you should now see you should now see, if you go to the actors tab, you should see
Nice.
an actor called Panther. Open up your
Nice.
character sheet and drag the Panther right onto there.
Oh,
And then
okay, cool.
it should
I roll
give you the
first?
option to wild shape.
Okay. So should I roll first or do the dragging?
You can roll, but that just uses up your use. It doesn't really,
Gotcha.
there's no mechanical
I see.
aspect of it. So
Okay, cool. Let me open up my sheet and
yeah,
drag.
drag the Panther.
I need to run this around. Okay, cool. So, oh, interesting. Okay, so when I wild shape, I'm choosing to drop all my equipment and my clothes except for my scimitar that I'm going to continue to wear.
Okay,
So here we go.
here we go.
Wild shape. Okay, so I've assumed.
You've assumed Panther form.
Jay looks really excited about this.
Yeah. And then so I'm gonna head off to the right to where she's at, right? I can't actually see which direction, but I'm assuming it's to our east or to the right.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And up the stairs.
Up the stairs, okay.
So
Okay, I tried
yes,
to
a
go to the
Panther gets to
wall.
move 50 feet, so 10 squares.
Okay, cool. So I'm running into walls. So let me see. Okay, there we go. Oh, and these are the stairs. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So
Go next to the stairs and
do I need
click
to
on
go-
them.
Okay, cool.
You need to move the map so it's in the middle.
Okay.
Okay, nice. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. Oh, so here she is. Okay. So that was 20 feet.
Yep.
So I'm gonna roll up on her and attack her.
Yes.
So I'm gonna target her first, right?
Yep.
And then. Oh, wait a second. Cool. Awesome. And here we go. Okay, so. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna pierce my teeth into her neck.
Okay. Well, you're gonna try.
That's my attack. I'm gonna try. So here we go. So I'm gonna roll my bite.
Okay.
And here we go. All right.
That's landing on a fat 18. You hit. Roll damage.
There we go.
Okay. So you jump up and gouge at her neck, you take a bite out, and a flap of skin comes off of her neck, and it's now drizzling blood all over the deck. But she
Gross.
beats at you with one hand and is holding her neck with the other, but she's still standing up and still trying to escape as quickly as she can while the boiler rumbles below. Ume, your turn.
All right.
I'm also gonna run up. I don't know how far into this dark space, but I'm gonna go 30 feet.
Yep.
Wait, why is it? Maybe I can't.
I think you gotta go into the open
In
area
here?
first.
Here?
Open area first.
Okay.
The fully, yeah.
So, you just FYI, you can try to sort of like fix the situation down here too.
What more is to be done here? Oh, because of the furnace?
Well, it might be destroyed, yeah. Not a bad idea to try to take care of that. But you can also go upstairs. I'm just saying that there's two crisis situations happening.
I'm gonna leave it to Brachus down here.
Okay, smart.
Because
Is that
she's
smart?
otherwise, Sokana's
is
on
that
the
a good
verge of
idea?
getting away.
Okay,
It's all in Brachus's hands.
great.
Brachus, I leave it to
And
you, Brachus.
Ekthos is down there too. Ekthos is down there too.
Yeah.
I am going to try and let's see. What is her health right now?
You don't know. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
She looks like her neck has been bitten by a panther.
Well, I'm just gonna end. Okay, the panther's next to her. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and launch another arrow at her.
Okay,
See where that gets us.
that could be good.
I think that'll be good. So let me target you, little lady. Gonna roll with an advantage again.
Yep, because of your pack tactics. And
And I've got I think it's in the air.
your arrow flies
Yes.
Yeah.
into
Yes.
her neck.
I don't know
She-
if we were trying to interrogate her, but she did now.
Her neck, which was already in pretty bad shape from Ren's panther form. She reels back and falls outside of the window that she tried to escape from, but begins sinking very quickly to the bottom of the Flint Bay. So Conarel is neutralized, and Ekthos, it is your turn.
My goodness.
And in fact,
Well-
there's no more enemies here, so this is what we'll do.
Yeah.
You have... I'm gonna give you a timer until you're pretty sure that the thingamajig will explode. You have 10 minutes. No, not 40 minutes. 10 minutes to figure this out.
Oh man.
These seconds are going by
This is
fast.
cray cray.
So
Wait,
Verticus
here, hold on.
is.
Why does it keep saying 40 minutes? That's wrong.
It says 10
That
on
says
my
10
screen.
minutes. It says 10 on my
Oh,
screen.
it does?
It says that
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, we'll take 40.
It says 40 over here. I wonder why. Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
Well,
What the?
Anyway,
It says 10
with
on
the-
yours?
with
Yeah.
It says 40 on mine.
Time
Okay.
goes 4 times as quick.
Well,
before
what
we-
the heck, guys?
the- Egberticus kind of sighs because he doesn't want to do this, but he takes off his chef's hat quickly and his pouch of cookies, and he dives into the water after her body to see if he can, there's any if he can get any information from, not from her, because she's obviously dead, but from her
Egberticus,
body.
you are a strong swimmer, so you
This
can.
is why I've taken this responsibility.
You catch up to her body quickly. You find. You sort of rifle through her belongings. You don't really find anything all that helpful.
Damn it! Went for nothing.
Can I try to chop into the boiler and get that darn elemental gem out of there?
Yes.
I'm at a loss here. I don't want to just damage the ship. I mean,
Is the ship, like, the person who created the ship, has he made it downstairs in his
Yes.
drunken state?
Jeff Masad is saying, "This is a disaster. We must vent the boiler or we cannot let it overheat. The ship will explode. We must warn the king." And Stover says, "Now hold on. Before we warn the king about this is not going to go well if it turns into an evacuation. Not a good look. You know as well as I do that this will not exactly inspire confidence in the Risuri war machine. We need to make sure that this is a untenable situation before we do anything like that."
how can we make sure this thing doesn't overheat? I mean,
I believe I can chop through the rust. I'm a strong guy. I've got an axe. It's just rust.
So you're going to chop through the rust, not the. Okay, that makes sense.
Because the elemental gem is not turned into an elemental yet, right?
Yes. So roll a strength check.
Okay. And I still have some rage, right?
Yes.
So I get that gives me advantage
Yes.
for strength checks. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Guys are keeping
All right.
30-minute timers.
All right, we got a new 10 minutes.
No.
No.
You have 7 minutes left. So, yes, with a 15, you hit at the side of the boiler, and roll 2d6 / roll 2d6.
6. Or no, 2d6. How do I make it 2?
Just do / roll 2d6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I get rid of this? No. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. How do I do this?
Just type in the chat / roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, D26.
Precisely.
Or 2d6.
2d6. Yep.
Great. That didn't do it.
/ roll space
roll.
2d6. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Okay.
What the hell? This thing is only capable of doing a 40-minute timer. That's funny. Okay, so you give it one good whack. The doors start to break open, but you're going to need to do a little more than that. You have about 3 minutes left until. So Stover says it's going to take him at least 5 minutes to get people off the ship and out of distance of the explosion. So if you can't figure something out in the next 3, we gotta go. Masad says, if you crack open the boiler, we can try to explode it with some of the barrels or something, but we need to get in there first. Ume, what do you do?
I'm just gonna run back down, I guess, and try to Let's see. I don't know what I could do to pry it open further. Can I get close to it?
To the boiler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say that we can open it up if we can find something to photo it?
What'd you say?
Yeah, if we can open it up. We can pour something in there.
By the way, Brackus, the heat of standing next to the boiler does 1d6 damage, 2 damage to you.
Oof, oof.
Oh, sorry I mentioned
I can take it.
If you crack it open, the Massard's thinking at least is that if you crack it open, you can try to stop it somehow.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. In that case, I'm gonna. But my best bet is rolling. Is the short bow, I guess, because I can do extra damage. Is it about damage? The strength of the intensity of the shot?
Or you can. I mean, it's up to you. You can try to, find a weak point, and I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna basically warn everyone to stand back from the door, and I'm gonna cast Shatter, which would, I believe.
Everyone had better stand back.
Yeah.
How back?
Like, at least 2 squares away.
Egberticus, are you back on the ship, or what's going on?
Yeah, I just want back, and I'm just kind of I don't want to be unrealistic about time, so I'm probably just putting my hat back on, and I'm about to head down, but I'm probably not in the boiler room yet.
I mean, you you have to clamber up the side and then back down. And then Ren, are you still a panther?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I come back down or stay where I am?
It's up to you, man.
It's up to you.
Okay. Dipnip, cast Shatter. Okay, roll damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not entirely clear to me that it does more damage, but it does say in the description of the spell that it's more effective on inorganic material like stone, crystal, or metal.
Yeah. So the doors blow open to the furnace, and just this huge gust of hot air shoots out at you, and along with it, just an absolute pyre. But it has seemed to sort of vent the room. You still need to cool it down to or you need to create more venting, right? Massard says, blow it up, blow the whole thing up.
Like an explosion?
Yes, an explosion, yes, blow it up. It must be destroyed.
All right, who here can do that?
I mean, guess.
Well, we have all these lit,
create a bomb.
Lit lanterns. If we throw a bunch of lit lanterns in there, will that help?
Oh, aren't there barrels of explosives around us?
There's no explosives, but there are barrels of the fire gems that are used to fuel the furnace.
No, so can we just create an extra amount of heat and fire just by tossing in as many barrels?
Thank you so much for the raid. Roll for damage. So all of those joining us, we are in the middle of a very high pressure, no pun intended, situation. There is a furnace on the RNS Coal Tongue, It's its maiden voyage. This ship is the crown jewel of the Ursuri military, and the whole thing's about to blow up. Our party here has defeated the saboteurs, but the furnace is still set to blow, and Ren, the druid, had an idea to somewhat counterintuitively stuff the whole thing full of explosives to blow open the furnace and maybe vent some of the heat out so that the rest of the ship doesn't go up when it inevitably goes. So I'm going to need the group to everybody roll a strength check. We need 3 successes against a DC 15 to stuff this thing full of gems enough, or full of the fire gems enough to create this catalytic reaction. Brachus, of course, having advantage from his rage.
Yes. Still so angry.
Ooh, Dipnip unexpectedly with an 18.
I think that I think it's safe to say that that's like the result of his telekinetic ability and not the result of his physical ability. He's weak. He's a very weak person.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have. Okay. You shove 2 barrels in there, just enough to place them next to the walls where they might cause enough heat to build up and blow out the sides of the furnace, so that the heat is not channeled to the boiler and explodes the rest of the ship. But the engineer, Massard, says, "We need something else. It's gonna blow." So we have 1 minute left. Your next best idea for either getting the people off this ship or getting the furnace vented.
Can I just shoot a magic missile at those barrels?
At the barrels? Yes, but stand back. Also, Ekthos, you take 1d6 damage for your positioning next to this, next to the furnace. And yes, shoot a magic missile. We can assume that you hit the barrels since they're stationary, but we'll see if that does enough damage.
Target. I don't know if it'll let me do it without a proper target.
No, just roll the dice.
Just any dice?
Well, the dice for magic missile. So just roll 1d4 plus 1 / roll 1d4 plus 1 in the chat.
Cool.
And I urge everybody to stand back because this might be a big one.
Get behind me, Ume!
Okay. The furnace blows open. The intake of air feeds the fire and causes just this enormous pyroclastic explosion to rip through the furnace to the boiler, but not destroying the skeleton of the ship, and definitely not enough to reach the magazine on the gun deck, which was really going to be the thing that makes this thing go. Stover sighs with his hands on his knees, relieved for the moment. Jeff is basically passed out from his drunkenness and from the relief of not having this ship that he's designed blow up on its first day out, less than a kilometer from the harbor. No doubt this huge explosion has gotten the attention of the people who are sort of celebrating topside. Stover says, I think somebody's gonna have to tell the king that, well, the ship didn't blow up, but it did kind of blow up. Ooh, I saw you guys talking to him.
Yeah, who's gonna bite this bullet?
Tell the king that the ship had some damage.
But didn't blow up. I mean, that's really the. I would lead with that.
It's all about framing.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I'm happy to tell the king.
Who's got the most charisma?
That might be Ekthos. Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, me and the king will go way back at this point.
as you go topside, it's the kind of like the crackling and roiling fire of the furnace leaves you below deck. You see the people on board who were until moments ago celebrating the event as part of the sort of the dinner party. They're now sort of clutching at their things, wondering if they need to go overboard. The king and Harkover Lee are standing right next to the capacitor/dining room, wondering what the hell is going on and if it's safe to go downstairs.
Harkover, King Yoden, Your Grace. Excellent news. Excellent news.
You don't say.
Yes. I can tell that there's some worry about the ship, and
I would say so. Harkover
right?
says, "Yes, very fucking worried indeed."
Yes, they were fucking worried. Yes, but soon that won't be the case because the explosions didn't kill anyone that they were not intended to kill. So everything's fine down there.
People died?
Well, no one that wasn't an assassin or somebody who was not. The point is, the situation's completely under control now.
Harkover Lee says, in less than 20 seconds, I need you to explain exactly what has happened in a way that is easy for us to digest. I heard assassin, death, explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Please contextualize.
Well, the Duchess missing, the Duchess's handmaiden.
My sister you're talking about?
Yes. The handmaiden turned out to have been someone who teleports and had an assassin at her side. So the whole ship was going to overheat. Turns out using this steam and these fire gems for the fire elementals kind of has its drawbacks, as the whole thing was going to blow. So it took a lot of our energy just to contain it. So we're really lucky that all of us are alive. And so I'm just here to tell you that we did save the day. And for the amount of security you gave us, honestly, it's a miracle we survived, but we did do it. And we're probably gonna have to increase the budget for this next year. But we're all alive. I'm not sure about your sister, but everyone else is
the king
great,
raises his hand.
I hope I've put you at ease.
Please, I need a moment with this information. Harkover, do you think we can spin this somehow and get these people to... Harkover says, My Grace, let me handle it. Guests, dignitaries of Risur, esteemed delegates to this most momentous occasion. It seems that the evening's entertainment has had its intended effect, and you are sufficiently impressed by the concussive firepower of the RNS Cold Tongue. Now, please feast your eyes upon the mightiest gun ever to sail the seas. And he points to the brand, this enormous gun. He says, now, of course, we did not fire it, but that's about what it would sound like. You know, what you heard earlier. So, yay!
Whoa. Oh, yes! Oh, wow.
Right?
That's a great.
Good
Ektos
noise.
is nudging the most drunk people in the room. Oh, wow! Look at you. Big gun.
So, people don't seem to buy it. They think that most people seem to be like murmuring skeptically. But I think the upshot here is that the ship is still afloat, and as far as you can tell, functioning. Now, the below decks, Massard has noticed that the smokestacks are no longer, basically they're no longer venting steam, and so he has opened them up, and it seems that the ship is going to be able to move. And as it sails toward the harbor, the king kind of goes to his place in the dining room towards the front and haltingly begins the sort of his plans for how to end the evening. And he addresses the crowd in what was intended to be a triumphant sort of address that maybe has had a bit of a pall cast over it by the explosion and the skeptical audience. But he begins by acknowledging the guests and those who come to witness the might of this ship, the Cold Tongue. And he says, you know, for centuries, the people have viewed Denorans. Some of them being among this crowd. Sorry, a little overtaken by the evening. So many have viewed Denorans as cursed, unnatural, while Denorans in turn claim that we Risuri are superstitious and primitive, and at times maybe we have been. But ironically, our latest efforts to arm for war in this interstitial period, this brief respite from battle, has brought us closer together than ever. This ship, the crown jewel of our fleet, indeed the crown jewel of sailing and well, I should say, steam. It was built and designed by a Danoran. Danorans work in our factories. They oversee our operations. They are in the employ of our government, of our cities. They are our fathers and mothers, daughters, sons. They have helped us grow in our industrial and technological capacity, but also in our capacity to be beings that are more accepting of those that we think are maybe different in some critical way. Now, I'm old. We can acknowledge this. I don't have much time left on this earth. And I hope that my successor, whoever that may be, will not have to commit another commit to another pointless battle, another fruitless war, another legion of young men and women lost. For what? Even though I began this arms race, I now intend to seek peace with my respected former enemies, the sovereign of Danor and his nation. And in a year's time, I will convene a peace summit here on this very boat, here in this very harbor, to seal a treaty of lasting, centuries-long, I hope, peace, and to sanctify that harmonious relationship. I have arranged to marry a Danoran. As you know, it has been 7 years since I lost my dear Belinda, and it's time, I think, for me to find a new bride and to forge a new destiny for our two nations. And at this, there's
That's
a lot of
big
murmuring.
deal.
It's a big deal.
My goodness.
So, in this spirit of peace, in our mutual resolve to come together and find a way to not only coexist, but to thrive as people inhabiting this earth, we, your local doggo says, wow. Yeah, indeed. It's a this guy really said a mouthful. To some, this sounds like pablum.
Marrying a Danoran.
And indeed, there are some among the boat, among the crowd on the boat, who are, silently applauding this meaningful gesture. Others who are.
Berticus is doing the slow walrus clap.
Yep. Well, that is his wont as a walrus man. And as we sail towards the harbor on this most restful of evenings, right? No explosions or anything. We can commit together to a future of harmonious coexistence. And I hope that is where the future takes us, and I will do everything in my power to make it so. Thank you. Enjoy the drinks, and enjoy the rest of this fantastic moonlit evening. And just barely below deck, Massard in his drunken state manages to get the engine firing to diffuse some of the heat from the boiler. It will be a slower ride back to the harbor, but you'll get there eventually, and not that many people will notice. Above deck, you guys are enjoying the relative period of kind of calm after what was a very eventful evening, with Stover standing behind you and saying, "Hey, look, you've done well, but I am gonna need to see you first thing in the morning because we gotta find out where that Ethelyn is." Of course, he's speaking here to Brachus and to Dipnip in particular, but Ren and Ekthos, I'm not sure that you have much of. Well, you'll have to speak to Lorna, but she may be a little bit upset about the events of earlier this evening.
Feel a little bit on the hook for it, yeah.
Yeah, well, and you did cast a charm spell on her.
That's true.
So, at this point, Stover turns to Egberticus and Ume and says, "I must say I'm impressed. Navy folks, they have a bit of a reputation among us. Well, among those who are battle-tested. And the auxiliary corps isn't exactly the best place to showcase your martial prowess. It seems like we're going to need a little bit of help. And if you can spare a few days away from your duties in the naval kitchens, I'm sure that we can put you to use.
Egberticus puffs himself up. You know, I live to serve. And then he's like, cookie? Cookie, anyone? Anyone want some dessert?
Yeah, I will have a cookie, obviously.
Yes, absolutely. We'll take a cookie.
Cookies all around.
And what about you, little one?
At your service, sir.
So the only thing left to ask, and as far as tonight's adventure goes, is what are you guys doing when you get back ashore?
Ooh.
I'm taking a long bath.
We're going swinging.
Swinging?
I'm gonna get my horns polished because I've earned it.
There's no horn polish. It's like 11 p.m. There's no horn polishing.
No one,
Yeah.
none, not even one, like 24-hour horn polisher.
No, you guys,
No.
we're all going streaking.
There isn't like a
Podunk
red light
town.
district where you can go to get your horn polished.
Yeah, what
Exos
the
need
heck?
some alone time just to just not be so on in front of so many people for so long, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go home and
definitely.
polish my arbor because
I hear that.
I've been called up to serve. So I need to, get my arbor and all my weapons ready. And my my precious mustache got pretty singed. So it
Yeah, I
has
feel
to be
like half the
waxed.
people in this party gotta go fix their mustache.
We're all gonna need some mustache time.
Lorna comes up behind you guys,
No!
claps Ren and Ekthos on the back, and says, you guys know you're like fired, right?
No.
Yeah.
I think we have a higher calling, Lorna.
Yeah, you're totally fired. I'm sorry. And actually, I'm not sorry. You're sorry. But I'm sorry.
I think we're all sorry, but
You guys are gonna be
Yeah.
okay, right? I mean, it seems like this like Stover guy might have like something for you to do or something.
yeah, General Stofers is gonna help us out, I guess. So
You prepared us well.
yeah, so I guess we'll let you know if we need like a letter of recommendation. But even then,
I
don't
won't
know
give
if
you
I'd wanna
one
read
though,
it.
because
No,
of
I
like
don't think
how.
so. How if everything went.
Well,
and
and
how it
like
was before.
Ren did like cast a spell on me to make me like artificially nice, which like what that
Sure.
implies about like what he thinks about me normally. Like not very nice, not very cool.
Yeah, it implies a kind of less than human relationship, certainly. Or
Yeah.
friendship, I would
Like
say.
it's actually like really disrespectful to try to charm someone with magic. I mean,
Noted.
like
You're such a gem. and everyone
We'll take
loves
that
you.
along to our next line of.
not like how like I'm
Close.
charming like just normally. Like that's fine.
Right.
Okay.
Which
so-
is very effective, by the way, I want to say.
hey, you know what? You don't have to like bullshit me anymore because you don't work for me, and I know what you
That's
really
right.
think.
That's true. That's true. I was just thinking of the way to get through this just as fast as possible, just because when it's over, it'll be over.
Well, I'll tell you what. Sounds like you're gonna need a way to buy tomorrow's evening's drinks, so I can get you a gig on a contract basis, purely arm's length.
All right.
I guess that's what we're starting.
Hey, I'll take what I can get.
Now, Brackus, are you gonna be all right looking after these miscreants?
Yeah. I mean, they're good people. They've proven their mettle in battle. I think I'm a little honored just to have another cause, a worthy cause,
Honored
to fight for. Yeah.
And look, you guys
Yeah.
both have horns. I mean, it's different, but it's kind of pretty similar, actually.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sure. Yeah. We'll have a lot to talk about that.
And Dipnip, you and this Ren guy, you're both kind of like, I don't know, regular looking.
I hope you don't think I'm taking any kind of responsibility for either of these two people. That's not in my job
I still
description.
don't really know
and
how you
insist
work.
on a pay increase, should that be the case.
I don't know what makes you tick or whatever. I'm just trying to, find the right buttons to push.
Well, don't push. I don't have buttons. There are no buttons on me, so don't push me.
Not like this guy, right? He's gesturing to Ekthos. This guy's got buttons up the wazoo.
Yes, there's a lot of switches and buttons on. He's talking about my suit.
I see that. It's very
good.
funny.
It's a good comment.
Right.
It made me laugh uproariously.
We all were laughing in such a way where you could show our camaraderie.
Well, speaking of camaraderie, Harkover mentioned that you deserve a little bit of compensation, hazard pay, if you will, for your work this evening. So,
Harkover.
Since I do need to see you in the morning to figure out what's gonna happen next, because you did lose the Duchess. So, yeah. So, I'll buy you a night out. I'll buy you a room, maybe two. And then I'm gonna need to see you first thing, all right?
Fair enough.
All right.
You got it,
I'll be
Toby.
there.
What well, do all of you guys take them up on this offer to pay for an inn? I mean, you guys have homes in the city, but
Yeah, I'd like to stay in a nice inn room after all that hubbub.
I think Egberticus would go home.
okay.
Makes sense.
Ekthos would go home.
Egberticus and Ekthos, I assume you guys take down. Well, yeah, actually, both of you guys need to know sort of where to report.
Definitely gets a free drink out of it first or whatever
Yeah. Cool.
at the end.
What kind of inn? What kind of vibe are we going for?
I could go for a dive.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're not too upper class.
Not too
I
fancy.
mostly burrow and live. I'm used to living under the ground, so any accommodations will do.
Yeah,
Good food, though. We need a good meal.
These guys are restaurant types, so
I want to go to one of those places where they got a big pot of stew and they just throw different crap in it every night and keep it cooking for weeks. I want a big bowl of that.
Yeah, let's go to one of those.
Well, if you're gonna
big stew pot restaurants.
Big yeah, where they just throw different crap in it every day.
Right, yeah, one of those.
if you're doing that in the Central
That style of
District,
restaurant we're all familiar with.
In the Central, yeah.
yeah. So in the Central District, that is going to be the Nifty Nugget.
I love it. Sound of that.
Yeah.
I've heard of that place.
In fact, Brackus, you know Becca, the innkeeper at the Nifty Nugget.
Oh, Becca.
Yeah, so you bring everyone over there. you will submit your receipts to Stover for the cost of 3 rooms for the night, 3 doubles.
Yeah.
And Fantasy Golden Corral is right. That's basically what we're looking for. We're not going high end here. So you shack up there. It's simple. Few crude tables, few crude benches, and it's known for its white tile roof. Like inside, it's all like this stark white tile. So you go upstairs near the hearth. You go take there are 2 baths that you guys can enjoy, and a big trout and vegetable stew, because you guys barely nipped at the canapes on the ship. And Egberticus and Ume, you guys were cooking, so you ate like the least of everybody because you were just, you know how it is when you're cooking.
Getting hangry.
So that's going to be where we leave off, except for Brachus. So I'm going to make it so that the rest of you guys can't hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I will talk to Brachus alone for a bit, if that's all right.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So should we drop off?
You can stick around just to say bye right after. You don't have to turn off your camera. I'll just deafen you.
Okay.
That's what
I should. Okay.
That's what it says in the controls. So, like for example, Jaya, you just didn't hear what I was saying, right? Yeah. I didn't. Okay. All right. I'm gonna deafen everyone, other than Brachus.
Okay.
You
All
can't
right.
hear me, right?
Brachus. You go to bed after a night of some revelry, and
Gotcha.
you have the same dream that you have on occasion, more often than you'd like. In it, you're standing next to a home on an island in the Yerisal Peninsula, or the Yerisal Archipelago, during your service for the Risuri military. And you see the home, you see it burning, and inside, at the door, framed by the doorway, you see General Crunt.
General Crunt!
And you see him beckoning toward you, asking you to come forward. And you don't approach because you didn't approach when this happened. At least you don't think so. And then he smiles and says, "You've been lying, Brachus. You haven't been telling the truth." Have you been honest?
Have I?
Have you?
I've suddenly, everything has been thrown into question with this dream. What are you talking about, Dream Crunt?
When you were asked to do the unthinkable, did you refuse?
Yeah.
Did you refuse, Brachus?
Sure. I refused big time.
Did you do what you knew was right?
Of course. Always.
Brackus. You're lying, Brackus.
No! No! I would never!
You've never been much of a runner. You can't run from this.
I've been trying, I've been working out, I've been jogging. I think maybe I could do it. Yeah, I've got like these nubby little hooves, but I think maybe I could outrun all this emotional turmoil. I can outrun it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be so happy, and I'm gonna have a great life.
You turn around, as you almost always do in the dream, and start running to tell someone what was happening, to report General Crunt, to fulfill your obligation, but you don't make progress forward. You're moving backwards. You're being sucked into the house, into the doorway, and you reach and grasp for anything that you can hold on to before being pulled in there inexorably. But to no avail. And the light of the fire from within the house becomes brighter and brighter and brighter until it's blinding you completely. And that's when you wake up from the blinding sun.
Wait, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be able to hear you now? Okay.
You're back with us.
Okay.
You're at the Nifty Nugget, and you hear from the room next door, and Dipnip, in your case, from the bed right next to you, you hear a bit of a gasp as Brackus is startled awake by the encroaching daylight. And that's where we will leave it for this evening.
Oh, mio mio.
Nice.
Well, hey. Nice job saving this ship. Oh wait, echo. I hate hearing my own voice. I think it's echoes. Yeah. Nice job saving the ship. Way to go. And we'll see you in Stover Delft's office.
Yeah. With bellies full of stew.
With bellies full of stew. You get morning stew as well. So you had night stew, and now you get morning stew. Thank you for everyone who joined us, and thank you to Roll for Damage for the raid. If you haven't had a chance to follow, please do, so that you get alerted. Our intent is to do this every other week. Our next session is currently slated for New Year's Eve, which is not ideal. So we're gonna pick a day around there, maybe New Year's Day, but we'll let you know. Best way to keep track is to follow and then put a reminder once we add the calendar thingy up, and you can get a live up notification. You can watch previous sessions on our YouTube channel, which is also linked below. And there you will also find a link to the Casey and Zoe show. Casey's very entertaining and enlightening, enchanting show with Zoe that is going to be on, I think, every day until the new year. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the goal. We'll be on 11 a.m. tomorrow, and it'll be 11 a.m.'s weekdays, and then weekends it might be a bit more different. But yeah, generally, and we'll have updates, and we'll eventually figure out how to do calendars and all that stuff. So
that's awesome.
Come hang out. We'll be goofy and have a great time.
Well, thank you, everyone. Please tune in next time. We'd love to have you. And if you I don't have a closing. The opening, of course, is.
You did already. You've been great. You did a closing.
But there was a line. The opening line was, "This is a D&D thing, and we're D&D people," which
Just let it happen organically, Eugene. You'll figure it out eventually.
What a long, strange cantrip it's been.
Okay, bye-bye.